And number he was 69 years old. And what he told me changed the way I look at men's health forever. He was 69 years old, a retired firefighter, and he looked me dead in the eye and said, "Dah, I thought the days of waking up with morning wood were gone forever, until this strange ginger drink brought it back. Now, after more than 30 years of helping men restore vitality, confidence, testosterone, and intimate performance, I can tell you something honestly. Moments like that never stop affecting me. Because behind every conversation like this is a man who silently believed his best years were over. A man who stopped feeling like himself. A man who slowly accepted fatigue, weak erections, low desire, poor sleep, and emotional distance as just part of aging. But what if I told you we've only been told half the story about aging? My name is Dr. Mika Hayashi. I'm a medical doctor, researcher, and specialist in male vitality and healthy aging. For decades, I've worked with men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s who wanted one thing more than anything else: to feel alive again, not just physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And today, I want to share something surprisingly and simple that most men never hear from their regular doctor: a ginger-based drink. Yes, ginger. That root sitting quietly in your kitchen may contain compounds capable of supporting better blood flow, healthier testosterone levels, stronger erections, improved prostate function, better stamina sharper energy reduced inflammation greater sensitivity and pleasure. And near the end of this video, I'll reveal the one ingredient that dramatically boosts ginger's effects and the exact way to combine them for the best results. Before we begin, if you care about restoring your energy, circulation, and confidence naturally after 60, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another lesson designed specifically for men like you. And if this video helps you, type 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0 and tell me what you want me to improve. Alright, let's begin with the first benefit, and honestly, it may be the most important one of all. Number 1. Ginger helps open blood vessels and support healthy blood flow. I still remember a patient named George, 66 years old, former Navy man, quiet, proud, disciplined. He sat in my office and spoke, and he softly, almost embarrassed, "Doc, I haven't had a real erection in years." He had tried pills, pumps, supplements, late-night internet miracle cures, but nothing felt natural anymore. Nothing felt like him. That's when I introduced him to a simple ginger-based drink. Not magic, not a scam. Just something supported by real science and consistent daily use. 2 weeks later, George came back into my office with a grin he was trying desperately to hide. He leaned toward me and whispered, "Doc, I woke up with it naturally." Now, younger men may not understand how emotional that moment can be. But for many men over 60, waking up with morning firmness again feels like getting a part of yourself back. Here's why ginger may help. Ginger contains active compounds called gingerols and shogaiols. These compounds help support the production of something called nitric oxide. Now let me explain that in simple language. Nitric oxide is like a signal your body sends to blood vessels saying, "Relax, open wider, let more blood through." And gentlemen, erections depend heavily on healthy blood flow. In fact, many prescription ED drugs work through this same nitric oxide pathway. But ginger works differently. It doesn't force the body. It supports the body. And that matters. Because as men age, blood vessels naturally become stiffer and less flexible. Especially the tiny blood vessels in the penis. That's one reason erections become weaker or slower over time. But studies suggest ginger may help improve what doctors call endothelial function, the health of the inner lining of blood vessels. And healthier blood vessels mean better circulation. Did you know even mild circulation problems can reduce firmness years before heart symptoms appear? That's why improving blood flow naturally is so important. Many men tell me that after drinking ginger tea consistently, they begin noticing more warmth in the lower body, better responsiveness, improved morning erections, greater confidence, better physical energy overall, and that's only the beginning. Because even perfect blood flow isn't enough if your testosterone is quietly collapsing. And sadly, for many men over 60 it is. Number 2. Ginger may support natural testosterone production. Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, and just don't feel like myself anymore? Not angry, not depressed, just flat. That's how Harold described it to me. He was 72 years old, and when he sat down in my office, he said something heartbreaking. "Doc, it feels like I'm fading." Now here's what many men don't realize. Testosterone usually doesn't disappear suddenly. It declines slowly, year after year, so slowly that men begin accepting symptoms as normal aging. But low testosterone can affect energy, motivation, muscle strength, mood, desire, confidence, mental sharpness, sleep quality, and yes, erections too. Now, ginger is not testosterone replacement therapy. Let's be clear about that. Research suggests ginger may help support healthy testosterone production naturally. How? One reason is that ginger may stimulate something called luteinizing hormone. This hormone acts like a messenger from the brain telling the testes, greater than it's time to make testosterone. Some studies have even shown measurable increases in testosterone markers with consistent ginger intake. And here's what's fascinating. Many men don't first notice the change in the bedroom. They notice it in life. They walk and up with more drive, more clarity, more emotional stability, more desire to move, build, laugh, and connect. Harold came back 3 months later looking completely different. Brighter eyes, better posture, more energy, and he smiled and said, "I feel like a man again." Gentlemen, never underestimate how deeply hormones affect your sense of identity. But testosterone isn't the only hidden issue affecting aging men. There's another silent enemy attacking the body every day: inflammation. And most men don't even know it's happening. Number 3. Ginger helps reduce inflammation throughout the body. Here's something most men are never told. Erectile dysfunction is not always just about blood flow or hormones. Sometimes the real issue is chronic inflammation. Now, inflammation is your body's natural defense system. Short-term inflammation helps you heal. But chronic inflammation is different. It's like a small fire burning quietly inside the body for years. And over time, it damages blood vessels, nerves, joints, tissues, and organs. I remember Robert, 70 years old, retired school principal, healthy-looking man, walked every morning, ate reasonably well, and still struggled with weak erections and fatigue. When we looked deeper, we found signs of systemic inflammation. And that's incredibly common after 60. The compounds in ginger, especially gingerols, are powerful natural anti-inflammatory agents. Some researchers even compare certain ginger effects to mild anti-inflammatory medications. But ginger works more gently and systemically. It helps calm the body's internal stress response. And when inflammation decreases, many things improve. Blood vessels relax better, circulation improves, joint pain may decrease, digestion improves, energy increases, erectile tissue becomes healthier. Robert called me after 2 months and laughed. I hear stories like that constantly. Because when you reduce inflammation, you help the entire body function better. But there's another issue many men are too embarrassed to talk about openly. Loss of sensation. That frustrating numbness that makes intimacy feel disconnected. Let's talk about that next. Number 4. Ginger may help support nerve sensitivity and pleasure. One of the saddest conversat and ions I have with older men goes something like this. "Doc, even when things work, I barely feel anything anymore." That loss of sensitivity can feel devastating, not just physically, emotionally, because intimacy stops feeling alive. Thomas, a 68-year-old retired engineer, once told me, "I feel disconnected from my own body." And here's what many men don't realize. Nerves require healthy circulation too. Tiny blood vessels feed the nerves responsible for sensation. When circulation weakens and inflammation increases, those nerves can become less responsive over time. Ginger may help because it supports microcirculation. That means blood flow to the smallest vessels in the body, including those around sensory nerves. And healthier circulation means healthier nerve function. Some men report, Asterisk increased warmth, asterisk greater sensitivity, asterisk stronger physical awareness, asterisk more satisfying intimacy, Thomas told me after several weeks. I'm starting to feel things again. And gentlemen, that matters deeply, because intimacy isn't only mechanical, it's an emotional connection. Presence. Feeling alive inside your own body again. But there's another organ quietly in full. And nuancing everything we've discussed. The prostate. And many men don't realize how heavily prostate health affects intimacy and confidence. Number 5. Ginger may support prostate health. For many men over 60, the prostate becomes an invisible source of frustration. Frequent urination, weak stream, pressure, interrupted sleep, constant bathroom trips. And slowly these symptoms begin affecting confidence and quality of life. James, a 71-year-old veteran, told me, "Doc, I plan my entire life around bathrooms now." That's heartbreaking. Because prostate issues don't just affect urination. They affect sleep, energy, intimacy, and emotional well-being too. Now here's where ginger becomes interesting again. Research suggests ginger may help reduce inflammation in the prostate. That matters because inflammation contributes to enlargement and discomfort. When prostate inflammation decreases, asterisk urination may improve, asterisk pelvic pressure may decrease, asterisk sleep quality may improve, asterisk pelvic circulation may function better, and all of that can support healthier intimacy. James later told me, "I'm sleeping through the night again." Gentlemen, never underestimate the power of and interrupted sleep after 60. It changes everything, and surprisingly, this next benefit may shock some of you. Because many older men believe semen health no longer matters. But the truth is, it often reflects overall vitality. Number 6. Ginger may improve semen health and climax quality. Now, some men hear sperm health and immediately think, why would I care about that at my age? But this goes beyond fertility. Many men notice that as they age. Asterisk semen volume decreases, asterisk climax feels weaker, asterisk satisfaction declines, asterisk intensity fades, and often that reflects broader hormonal and circulatory changes. Alan, 67 years old, described it perfectly. Things just don't feel complete anymore. Studies suggest ginger may support reproductive health markers like asterisk sperm movement, asterisk sperm count, asterisk antioxidant protection, asterisk hormonal support, and because ginger supports circulation and testosterone pathways, many men report stronger, more satisfying climax sensations over time. Alan eventually smiled and said, "Whatever this drink is doing, I feel more alive again." And gentlemen, that word keeps coming up, alive. Because deep down, that's what most men are truly eyeing for. Not perfection. Vitality. Number 7. Ginger supports heart health, and that directly affects erections. Here's one of the most important truths every man should understand. Your erection is only as healthy as your cardiovascular system. In simple terms, healthy heart, healthier blood flow. Poor circulation, weaker performance. Carl, a 73-year-old retired mechanic, came to me for ED concerns. But deeper testing revealed early cardiovascular problems. He was stunned. "You mean my erection problems were warning signs?" "Yes, absolutely. The penis often shows circulation issues before the heart does. That's why lifestyle and cardiovascular support matters so much." His search suggests ginger may help support asterisk blood vessel flexibility, asterisk healthy blood pressure, asterisk cholesterol balance, asterisk circulation efficiency, and those effects can influence the entire body. Carl later told me, "I feel lighter, clearer, more energetic. That's what happens when circulation improves system-wide." But there's another hidden problem destroying vitality in older men. Fatigue, and not ordinary tiredness. Deep exhaustion. Number 8. Ginger may improve energy and stamina naturally. And one phrase I hear constantly is, "Doc, I'm exhausted all the time." Not lazy, not weak, just drained. Raymond, a 69-year-old former contractor, described it perfectly. "I have nothing left in the tank." And gentlemen, chronic fatigue affects everything. Asterisk desire, asterisk mood, asterisk confidence, asterisk motivation, asterisk intimacy, asterisk movement, asterisk mental clarity. Now here's where ginger becomes fascinating again. Ginger supports cellular energy production through structures called mitochondria. Think of mitochondria as tiny power plants inside your cells. When they function poorly, you feel sluggish. When they function better, energy improves naturally. Many men describe ginger energy differently from caffeine. Not jittery, not artificial, just cleaner and steadier. Raymond later told me, I didn't realize how tired I was until I started feeling better. And once energy returns, drive often follows. But there's another silent issue affecting millions of older men. Blood sugar. And it quietly damages erections for years before many men notice. Number 9. Ginger may help support healthy blood sugar balance. This is a huge issue. And most men underestimate it completely, even mildly. And elevated blood sugar can damage blood vessels, nerves, hormonal balance, circulation. Leo, age 66, thought his issue was only testosterone. But when we examined his metabolic health, we found elevated blood sugar levels quietly damaging circulation. And the scary part? He had no obvious symptoms. Research suggests ginger may help improve insulin sensitivity and blood sugar regulation. In simple language, it may help the body process sugar more effectively. And healthier blood sugar often means healthier blood vessels and nerve function. Leo later told me, I feel mentally sharper and physically clearer. That's because blood sugar affects the entire body, including the brain. And finally, we arrive at perhaps the most overlooked factor of all. Stress. Number 10. Ginger may help lower stress and restore desire. After 30 years of treating older men, I can tell you this confidently. Stress destroys intimacy. Not always overnight, but slowly, quietly, relentlessly. Patrick, 74, once told me, I don't feel connected to my wife anymore. But his issue wasn't blood flow. It wasn't hormones. It was chronic stress. Years of pressure, worry, tension, and emotional exhaustion had pushed his nervous system into survival mode. And when stress hormones remain elevated, desire often disappears. Research suggests ginger may help support mood balance and lower stress-related inflammation. Some studies even suggest it may help regulate cortisol, the body's main stress hormone. Patrick later sent me a message that stayed with me. We held hands last night, and I actually wanted to. Gentlemen, that matters. Because healing is not always dramatic. Sometimes it begins quietly. A touch. A smile. A feeling returning. Final thoughts: how to make the ginger drink properly. So let's bring everything together. This simple ginger drink may help support blood flow, testosterone, circulation, prostate health, energy, nerve sensitivity, stress, reduction, heart health, blood sugar balance, intimacy, and confidence. Now here's the basic recipe many men use. Simple ginger drink: 1 teaspoon freshly grated ginger, 1 cup hot water, juice from half a lemon, optional. Small amount of raw honey, optional. Booster ingredient. Cinnamon. Why cinnamon? Because cinnamon may help support blood sugar balance and circulation. And making ginger even more effective. Steep the ginger in hot water for 10 minutes. Drink once daily, preferably in the morning or evening. But here's the biggest mistake most men make. They expect overnight miracles. Gentlemen, natural healing works differently. Consistency matters. The body rebuilds gradually. And remember, if you have medical conditions, take blood thinners or use medications for diabetes or blood pressure, speak with your healthcare provider before making major dietary changes. Now let me leave you with this. Aging does not mean giving up. It does not mean intimacy is over. And it certainly does not mean you stop being a man. Your body may need support. Your circulation may need attention. Your hormones may need help, but hope is not gone. And sometimes, the first step toward feeling alive again begins with something as simple as a warm cup in your hands and the decision to believe your best years may not be behind you after all.